And there they go. Oh, they're going to start with World 3. This one could be a nice start with this pipe here. It could be a World Free. Let's see if that happens. No, and they're going to find a lock here, so they're both going to backtrack here. You got to keep in mind, gamercal, while still pretty new to this tournament, he's actually shown a really good showcase.
gamercal is one of the, in my view, one of the better Mario 3 runners, so if anyone could take down Mitch in this group, I think it would be him.
Yes, but you know, we can't forget, it's Mitch. Mitch is probably the most feared runner of all, besides Classic. Ooh, Gamer does take an unfortunate death there to start out the race.
Yes, as you've been able to see, the levels in this game, the levels in the gamer randomized. I forget which stage gamercal is on exactly. Well, Mitch is on to what is, I believe, normally an auto-scroller?
Yes, that is the one thing. With the randomizers, the auto-scroller is turned off. gamercal is in one of the beta stages, while Mitch is, I believe, going through 6-4 right now.
Yes, the auto-scrollers are off, including the airships, aside from 2 specific levels, which just, when you remove the auto-scroll, it just breaks.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, gamercal takes the right risk there to jump in there. Let's see. So Mitch now is roughly about a stage ahead. He's going to be heading into 3-3 here. We're going to find out what that's going to be here. And it's going to be 6-6. Ugh, nasty start to the seed already.
And I believe we have Mitch's audio, and Mitch is choosing to do my favorite, at least casual play, and randomizing the music. You can randomize the music without affecting the flag set at all.
Yeah, I personally like the randomized music, but occasionally you will get the random song that what is it, the 4-second loop that just keeps going. The wand falling music.
Yes, exactly. The wand music in a long level.
So Mitch gets through to what I like to call the gauntlet in that stage. That can be really treacherous with the piranha plants, especially if they're shooting fire at you.
gamercal choosing to go for the item.
I think that's a smart choice. He doesn't even know what's ahead of him, but just having an extra item is definitely needed. With that, Mitch is going to head into 3F1, and we're going to find Fort Knox here, 7-1. 7F1, sorry. So he's going to have to go through and get 2 item pickups here. Depending on how gamercal plays the stage, if he gets through it on his first try, he's going to have that mushroom he's probably going to use for that fortress. Help him gain a little bit of time. And you can see gamercal dealing with a lot of lag here on 6-6.
Yes, this area especially tends to, especially in the randomizer, tends to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, gamercal looks like he's on his last part of the stage. He's doing a really good job here. And Mitch has got his Tanuki suit, so he's going to finish up Fort Knox here in just a moment.
I think gamercal was trying to avoid getting the 5 up, but the extra lives could come in handy.
Yeah. See, now that he has a mushroom, that's going to help him when he gets into Fort Knox here. He's going to save a big chunk of time, where Mitch is just now finishing up and he's just now entering. So he was almost a full stage and a half behind there for a moment. Now he's just about half a stage behind.
And Mitch is on his way to Wendy.
Yeah, Mitch is in the World 6 airship. Good use of the Tanuki suit.
Very good jumps.
Alright, so Wendy, no Earthquake Wendy, so that's always lovely to see. But she is more than 3 HP. Looks like a 5 HP Wendy here.
But Mitch takes care of it.
And with that, at 452, he is heading out of the first world. So chat, what do you guys think World 2 is going to be?
gamercal will be taking a little bit of a route difference, choosing to do it most likely both Hammer Bros.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Especially with your opponent being Mitch and how good he is already at the game.
Especially with the item from the first one being a hammer.
Yeah, that's a great item to find right away. Mitch, or gamercal there using the statue to protect himself. Oh, we got World 2, so we got a first Fred of the game. I don't think I've ever seen that pipe there before. For 5-1. gamercal now working his way into the World 6 airship, trying to get P-speed. He does, so he'll fly right over the top of the mass here. And Mitch is through 5-1. Yeah, we'll have to see if that pipe shows up for gamercal. That was a little unusual. I've never seen that before, but that could just be a graphical thing. Ooh, Wendy does take down gamercal, unfortunately.
That's a very, very rough spot to take a death, especially since it was late in the fight.
Yeah, and with World 6, without being able to take the top route, you're going to have to avoid a few more torches here. Mitch is going to be finishing up his 3-5 here. Oh, missed the card.
Cal picking up that fire flower, though.
That should help with the Wendy fight. Yeah. Especially with being World 6, it's on a flat terrain.
Well, flat terrain is the vanilla Wendy.
Yeah.
Ground.
Mitch is in 6F3.
Yep, the belt fort. Now, what's interesting is that although Mitch seems to have a large lead, with that hammer, in randomizer, hammers can break locks, so I actually think we're about even because Mitch skipped that coin ship.
Yep, and he is going to use it, so they are basically tied at this point. Kyle's going to enter into 3, which we're going to find 3-6. And Mitch is going to be heading into the same stage. So that hammer, while sometimes the item hunting can set you back a bit, that does put him right side by side with Mitch. And the end card game shows up for gamercal. So the end card game can be really a big game changer. We saw that a couple nights ago, some other races. You can find hammers, clouds, stars. The items on the cards do not match what you're going to get from it.
Gamercal, an interesting play with the end card game, because the mushroom did show up. Cal did reveal 2 mushrooms, but may have just been too focused in on the usual first run-through strategy and just kept going even though there was a known match there.
Yeah, I think it's smart. I've seen him practice before. He likes to sit there and work on getting multiple matches known, and then when he goes back, he basically tries to go for a clean sweep. Therefore, He knows what every item gives him.
Alright, I can see that play.
Yeah, and as you saw here, 7-4, that was a pretty easy stage, both with Fire Flower, so not too much to worry about. And here they're going to find 5-4. Fairly easy stage, just got to watch out for what's at the end.
One of my favorite Sky stages because of the, I'm a big fan of the twirlers.
Yeah, the little twirler bars, I like those too. Just don't get caught in them. So gamercal is going to finish up his hammer fight while Mitch heads into, I believe this is 3-4.
Think so. Mitch taking a hit from a paratrooper.
And I think that's a smart choice. If you got the 2 HP there, you might as well use it to make sure you get the good jump off the hill there. gamercal takes a different approach with that, so Mitch will be heading into the airship here in just a moment.
Depending on Hammer Bro movement.
True. So they're roughly side by side right now, which is still shown to be a pretty good race after just about 2 worlds here.
Do some underground airship music for Mitch.
Yeah, we're going to find the World 7 airship, but we're going to have Morton at the end of this, so it just depends on how he decides to treat the runners here, if he's going to be a 5 Earthquake HP, or if he's just going to be a one-hitter quitter. gamercal is choosing not to take the power up. Mitch heads into the fight here. He is an Earthquake with 2 HP, so that's a pretty decent fight, honestly.
Yep, Mitch though handled it just fine and went through. And
yeah, so they're I'm gonna say they're roughly about 5 to 6 seconds apart here.
Very close race so far, and still a long ways to go. Especially since Cal has some information on items that Mitch isn't going to use.
So with that, they're going to head into World 1. Ooh, and that hammer. Wild saved him some time. He's going to be missing it here in a second.
It will be interesting. We will have to note what mushrooms are in the card game, because if it is hammers, then that will be a case where not necessarily your gamercal's strategy was bad, but where it unfortunately didn't pay off.
Yeah, we saw a race the other night where the end card game proved to be pretty valuable, where another runner decided not to go for it. So Mitch is going to go for the end card game here. Looks like he's got the same pattern as gamercal, but this time he will make the matches.
Not checking the items though yet.
No. So Mitch over here in 7-2, while gamercal's going to be working on his end card game. Still didn't choose to take the flower.
I think with Cal's strategy, chose to take the mushroom pair because there were 3 revealed.
True. Yeah, and as you saw Mitch there using that strat of getting a P-speed to jump over there, he's going to make 7-2 extremely easy. Oh, and gamercal hits that 1-up there. I was worried he was too underneath of it. Mitch is going to jump into 6F2 here, the ice fort.
And taking a functional lead. Not a large lead, but one nonetheless.
Let's say it's still about a stage lead right now. Does take another hit from those disco waffles. You got to watch out for those. And the randomizer, they are all randomized, so those patterns you remember in the vanilla game aren't going to be the same. So some of you in chat are asking why they're not choosing to make matches. Earlier I said watching gamercal before, what he does is he kind of scopes out the entire end card game, and then he goes back and makes a bunch of matches at once. So he has a unique strategy here, as Mitch makes a couple matches.
I believe, the idea is that you get less items early, but Cal maybe hopes that his strategy will allow him to reliably complete the card game in 3 playthroughs. So you get your items, so you stall out on getting the items a little early, but later on you get more items.
Yeah, as Mitch found his first hand stage with the Cheap Cheeps, we did see from his item box that star is more than likely a hammer. So there are 2 hammers in the end card game. Mitch now into 4-3 here.
And we should note that Um, all of the hand stages will give out this just as they give out the same item in normal Mario 3. In the randomizer will also all give out the same item. So there are 2 more Tanuki suits out there to be collected, possibly.
Yeah, and Tanuki suits are good power-ups regardless, just because of the flight mostly, and the fact with the statue, which isn't really used much in the randomizer, but still a nice item to have.
It's fun.
I see people aren't agreeing with Cal's strategy, but I'm going to tell you now, he's 6-0, so his strategy might be working a little bit. But everybody's got their own way of playing, so think of it that way.
You know what? If it works for Cal, then who are we to debate it?
I mean, I'm not very good at the end card game, so if I don't make enough matches, I just say forget it and keep going.
Let's not talk about how the card game went in my last race.
Mitch in a vanilla won airship, so that's another Fred there. And it looks like Larry's going to be at least a 4 HP. Oh, yep, 4 HP Larry.
4 hits, so a little tougher, but...
gamercal's right behind him, choosing not to take the power-up. I don't blame him. Larry's not too difficult to take on.
Mitch's, at this moment, both runners are undefeated. gamercal is at 6-0, and Mitch is 2-0. gamercal is guaranteed entry into the bracket phase, whereas Mitch needs wins more.
Yeah. So with World 7 coming up here in World 4, World 7, kind of like World 8, is a great equalizer. It can make or break a run for anybody. Mitch is actually going to use his hammer here, put the piranha to sleep, and he's going to check out this pipe to his left.
It does give you multiple pipe accesses, so...
I don't blame him. I think it was a good move. He's going to skip right over that, but holding the right direction while this screen transitions. That's real nice.
Still could play out.
And it does. It sends him to the right island. So unfortunately, gamercal is going to go through 7-1, which is the army stage, and Mitch is in what we like to call the iceberg stage. Another beta stage here.
Well, if Cal can pick up a hammer from maybe this stage, then who knows?
It's true. And with the timer too, he could be he will likely get another end card game here.
A cloud, interesting item. As Mitch is going through 1-3, might go for the item.
I was gonna say I think he will. It's not a bad choice. Ooh, gamercal finds Atlantis.
But gamercal is on the island that will lead to where Mitch is. If gamercal stays here.
Right.
Or goes back, rather.
So Mitch now in the World 1 fort. He might actually go for this item as well.
Lots of item love from Mitch.
Yeah, there's another P-Wing. That's a good item to grab.
2 item searches, 2 P-Wings. Now gamercal has a decision to make. Go back to the pipe that you know is open, or go to the fort.
It looks like he's going to go back to that pipe there.
And this will play well.
Yeah, so while he's still 3 stages behind, it's still relatively close because we're not sure how the rest of these worlds are going to play out. Mitch here in the World 2 airship. He'll be taking on Ludwig, one of my least favorite due to his random hitbox.
And the 6 beta for gamercal. And with Ludwig, we are going to be out of Earthquake Troopas.
With that, Mitch will be heading into World 5, so we still haven't seen 6 or 5 R4. So we still got 4, 5, and 6.
20 minutes in, Mitch is on pretty good pace.
gamercal looking to do a full clean sweep here of the end card game. Looks like he's going to do that right now.
So that should collect gamercal at least 2 hammers.
Yep, 2 hammers, 2 hammer suits. Yeah, it looks like no clouds in the end card game.
Most importantly, I saw a frog suit.
Yeah. We'll see if Mitch does frog strats here.
Mitch in another stage that I think might be an auto scroller.
Yeah, that is another auto scroller from World 6 here. I believe it's 6, 7.
Yes, the removal of some of these auto scrollers is difficult because by taking away the auto scroll turn, it creates I apologize. It creates a lot of blind jumps.
Correct. Mitch now in 7-5. Most runners don't necessarily want to see this one.
7-5 with this music.
Yeah, the wand grab music. Yeah, definitely something you don't want to see. Nice clip there by Mitch, though. Trying to get the next clip here. There it is. He got it. Yeah. It's not an easy clip. I've practiced that clip before, and it is not easy whatsoever.
Most of the clips in this game aren't easy. And the ones that are under the pressure of a race...
Another good clip by Mitch there.
The madman.
As gamercal's finishing up his fight with Ludwig. There he goes. Last hit, so he'll be entering into World 5 here in just a moment.
Not that far behind.
No.
But gamercal will have to do 7's 5, I believe.
Yeah, he will.
Unless,
well, he might take the bottom route. He might take a 6-5 on the bottom.
That's true.
And Mitch is going to find himself with 6-5, just in the 6-7 spot.
I never liked this stage when I was younger, and now that I know how it actually works, it's a lot of fun.
Mitch is going for an interesting clip there. Doesn't get it.
Mitch, our tournament is not for you to be fun and goof around.
I'll lose his P-speed, and I think he's going to say forget it. So now he'll take the top route here. Luckily with the randomizer, the enemies aren't so bad. It does have a Karibo shoe up there.
Yeah, if that Karibo shoe starts jumping down, you just don't have any time to react to it falling. Although that's more common with the fake block enemies.
True. I have had that happen a few times in a few seeds while practicing. Mitch finds himself in 3F2 here.
Very fun fort.
I almost want to say it's a free fort. It's almost like both World 3 forts are relatively easy to get through. gamercal picks up that same cloud that Mitch just grabbed. So he's roughly about 2 stages behind, so he's made up at least 1 level on Mitch.
Well, Mitch did go through 7-5 and did waste a healthy amount of time in 6-5.
Yeah, Mitch, find yourself in a beta stage.
The most difficult beta stage of them all.
Yeah, waterfall, as we like to call it. We believe it's the 7-6 beta, just because of the exit pipes here. Ooh, gamercal does take that hit from the Karibo shoe falling from the ceiling.
Mitch looking forward to getting another Tanuki suit.
Mitch, grab that Tanuki suit. He'll move on into the fort here. We're going to find out what that is.
Oh!
That's going to be 4F1. So gamercal, again, another hit from that shoe.
And a question asked in chat about clouds being clouds. The only item, every item that appears in your inventory or as a reward from anything but the card games is still exactly what it is, except for anchors, which anchors can be a random item.
Yeah, that is the only item that is completely randomized, is the anchor. So Mitch now heads into the World 3 airship. So both World 3 and World 6 airships were in the, basically, I want to say, sister world airships, because they both are going to have a flat surface here while heading into the Koopaling fight. And Lemmy's going to make it nice and easy for Mitch here.
So I believe what we have left are 4 and 5, 4, 5, and 8.
Yep, that's correct.
So,
and as someone up there did point out in chat, make sure to follow these runners. gamercal's showing really good strats here throughout the whole tournament. And of course, if you don't know who mitchflowerpower is, I don't think you've been on Twitch very long, but please give both these guys a follow.
The anchors are random because what they do in vanilla is pin down the airship from the... normally in vanilla Mario 3, if you lose to a Koopaling, the airship will fly away to a random spot. There is the option that we do use, which says that the airships don't fly away, and because of that, the anchor would normally have no use. So instead of removing the anchors, we just say, let them be anything.
With that, Mitch used both a hammer to break the lock and then clouded over the fort in World 4 here. And he headed straight into 4-6. 4-5, actually, sorry. Nope, that was 4-6. Excuse me.
Mitch gonna get a couple items from these hammer bros in the way.
Yeah, gamercal thought about using a hammer there. Honestly, I probably would have, knowing that we have World 5 and 4 coming up and I have a hammer and the in-card game might show up again. I mean, it's kind of a risk to take it, but that's honestly something I would have done there.
Speaking of hammers, Mitch collects one from the coin ship. And a cloud from the hammer bro, so lots of items. We'll probably see a lot of overworld item use.
Ooh, Chomp. Boss Basket's first meal.
If you place your bets on first meal being Mitch, you win the no prize.
With that, Mitch finds himself in what we believe is the 7-3 beta.
Weird level to me. Just always feels very awkward.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep P-speed at certain times, and plus, with that Latiku, it can be a little treacherous, but overall, it's a fairly easy stage.
And gamercal will be heading to World 4 as Mitch goes through the Air Force.
Yeah, at this point, if I was... gamercal's got to be thinking he needs to start using his items a little more. Because I feel like he's holding on to some of them a little too long as Mitch has been using them to move ahead.
Well, especially since clouds, at the very least, will not really be not necessarily be useful in World 8.
Ooh, gamercal actually used a hammer suit there, and he's going to find 7F2.
You know, look at this for Mitch. Mitch just blindly went, yeah, I'm going to cloud that. And it's 742.
Yeah, with that, he blew past the World 5 airship, taking on Lemmy. Looks like to only be 2 hits for him. gamercal showing off the use of the helmet with the Hammer Bros suit, being able to block fireballs.
And that hammer suit actually turned out very valuable because one of the most treacherous part of 742 is the double pipe, and this race, it was a double fire piranha, which is the worst thing that can happen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Keeping the hammer suit, well done there with gamercal here in 7F2. While Mitch heads into World 7, which is World 5, and he's going to find 1-5 here. gamercal working his way through 4-6. Mitch finishing up 1-5. Unfortunately, he did not use the strats there to go through the tunnel like he usually does.
Mitch on to 3-1.
So gamercal is roughly about 5 to 6 stages behind, which is technically a world. So, like I said before, he's got to start using his items a little more aggressively.
Especially since we know that that hammer is waiting.
Now that he's got a cloud and a hammer, he knows he's got to start kicking it into high gear.
Mitch finds 5, I believe it's 5-4. I think this actually is 5-4-1.
Yeah. 5F1 and the 5F1 spot, so that's another thread there. So that's what, 3?
Ooh, and both runners taking deaths. Mitch to a walking flame and gamercal to gravity.
Yeah, I think Mitch got caught by the disco waffles in the last run, last attempt at the stage, just because of the randomization. You do take a few more extra hits if you're trying to use vanilla strats. And
no race runners should not at least be able to hear us. I hope they can't.
They're not. They shouldn't be. It's all,
Mitch,
it's all on a honor system.
Mitch, if you can hear me, use a hammer suit.
gamercal working his way through the Air Force. I almost said Navy stage, but it's the Air Force stage. Mitch finish up his in-card game here. Looks like he will get a finish here. Yep, and he does.
And Mitch got 2 card games.
That's possible.
Is it the same layout?
It's the same layout, looks like. Yep.
Alright, now to test Mitch's memory.
I mean, there are 2 clouds in here, so that's worthwhile, but he hasn't made a match with stars yet, so there he goes. And 2 clears back to back. There you go.
Not getting the 3.
So he clears both end card games. Luckily, it was the same pattern, so clears that. Now he's got an abundance of items, so that puts gamercal in a really tough situation.
On the other hand, given that it's World 8 coming up, I mean, the items may not be very useful.
Well, with the clouds here, Mitch got 2 from there. He had at least 1 of his inventory. He could skip the rest of World 5 here.
Well, the items, the stars were hammers, not clouds.
Oh, they're hammers. That's right. My bad. You're right. Yeah, with the extra hammers, maybe not so much. I was still thinking they were clouds for some reason.
Because clouds are nice too.
Clouds are much more useful in the later tourney flags too, and the bracket seeds. Gamercal doing exactly what I thought he was going to do, clouding over these 2 to get into the second part of this ground area of World 5. He's going to find 5, 8 here.
We're going to see a lot of item use from Mitch.
Yeah.
Like, anything where he goes, I just feel like using a P-Wing or a Tanuki suit.
And I don't blame him. I mean, you've got the weapons. You might as well use them.
I don't think there's enough levels left for Mitch to actually run out of items.
Yeah, he was looking for a cloud. They were hoping to skip this one. He's going to find super tanks here. Relatively quick stage without that auto-scroller.
Super tanks. Good music for super tanks.
Yeah. And now he's going to find himself in 610 with a boss bass. So, not so troublesome, but still troublesome. Oh, chomp. That's another meal for boss bass there.
To answer something, no, the difference between Tourney Flags 1 and Tourney Flags 2 is that in Tourney Flags 2, the overworld map is randomized. So pipes can be anywhere. For example, in World 5, the Sky Tower can be in the sky.
Yeah, so yeah, the Tourney Flags 2, they'll be racing tomorrow at the same time. I believe if we're able to, we'll both be on comms the same day too as well. So that should be
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, should be an interesting race, honestly, because even with Tourney Flags 1, a lot of the runners here know Tourney Flags 1. Tourney Flags 2 seems to be much more exciting.
Tourney Flags 2, it's very interesting. It's much more interesting in terms of overworld play.
Yeah, where World 6 generally could be the longest world, where now it is sometimes the shortest world, so. Mitch now the World 4 airship. He's going to be taking on Roy our boy. See how many HP he's got. He will not have Earthquakes, because Ludwig already had Earthquake earlier, along with Morton. He's going to have 5 HP though. So with that, Mitch will be heading into World 8 at 38-33.
Yep.
So in comes the great equalizer. World 8 could be extremely trolly, or it could be a free world. We'll find out here shortly.
You never know when it's going to... All it takes is hand bridge required with... We still have the World 5 auto scroller in play.
Oh, 5-9, that's true. We haven't seen 5-9. We already seen Atlantis. That was back on World 6. And we're going to see 4-5 here instead for the first level. So gamercal still keeping it interesting. This World 8, this could really change the game right here. Mitch is going to be checking this pipe up here, see where this leads him.
Especially with all the hammers Mitch has. I mean, there's nowhere bad.
Oh, Mitch has 3 hammers, so With that, he's going to use that. Check out this pipe. Leads him to the handbridge, so he knows where the handbridge is if he needs to go there.
I imagine there will be a cloud use here.
Yep. Gives him 2 more options to check this out. And this will be it. So he's going to be heading into 3F1, probably the easiest fort of them all.
Door 6 fort. And at about 40-40, Mitch is going to begin the march to Bowser's Castle with plenty of hammer suits in tow.
So unfortunately, gamercal looks like he will fall behind on this one, but he's still in good shape at 6-1 in his group, as pending Mitch doesn't fail here. I don't think he will though. Then again, I did curse him earlier with the boss bass.
Well, sadly, there are no boss bass in the Bowser room.
Easy clip there. Easily gets over that lava pit there, and hi Bowser, bye Bowser. So Mitch Flowerpower will take game 1 here between these two, putting him at 3-0. That will set gamercal to 6-1. On that, Mitch finishes with an SRL time of 42:01. So get your GGs out in chat.
Very good job by Mitch. And the fort that Mitch had clouded over was Fort 2, so not a tough one either. They're just a very kind World 8.
Yeah, and I mean, gamercal's right behind him. He's heading into 3F1 right now, roughly only 40 seconds behind from his finishing time. So overall, gamercal's putting up a severe fight. So that means game 2 tomorrow, that could go either way. It really depends on item usage and what's given. So gamercal now working his way into the Bowser's Fortress with the hammer suit.
Fighting our good friend the Disco Waffles.
Does get the clip there, nicely done.
And unfortunately, this was not a good day to be the King of the Koopas.
No. So with that, gamercal does finish in second, but it's still with a very impressive time here. He does finish with an SRL time of 44:16. Fortunately, Mitch did decline for an interview, but please, folks, make sure to give both of these runners a follow. They both gave us a fantastic race today, especially from gamercal, considering he was playing from behind for most of the race, and he was only a stage and a half behind by the end of it.
Yes, we got to see some great play, and knowing that gamercal is already through to the bracket phase and Mitch, if Mitch keeps up this pace, TOL2, we could see a rematch under a completely different set of flags.
Yeah, I think it could have gone either way. So let's get gamercal in here for an interview. Gamercal, GG, sir.
Hello, GG. That was a bit disappointing, but oh well.
I think you held up pretty well considering. I know you were mad at yourself in a few stages. I could tell.
Yeah, that start was so bad. I don't know what the Cooper was doing jumping up on the pipe there when he didn't jump up on the pipe in any other circumstance on that first stage. That was really bad.
I was a little surprised too because I was watching him and he bounced back and I'm sitting there thinking he's just got to go for it. You got to go for it. You can't just sit there and wait for him. But you were able to get through. One of the surprising parts is you played through 7F2. Mitch did not. He clouded over it.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't care for that level. It's fine.
I mean, with the hammer suit and playing it, I thought you had the potential. Like if you clouded over that, you were literally only a stage and a half behind him when he finished. So
yeah, it wasn't that bad actually.
Yeah, I think you held up pretty well. We were talking here earlier, me and Hope. We were sitting there thinking, with Tourney Flags 2, it could go either way. You guys were both pretty competitive, really close race the entire way. Mitch, however, he did play the end card game, finished it, and then got an end card game right after that, and finished the whole board in one try. Got the same board twice.
So, yeah.
Yes, chat has been wondering, what about your card game strats? Because we noticed that you did find some matches. You found some potential matches early, but chose not to take them.
Right. So
can you just talk us through your strat?
So this is something I've been trying to do in order to mostly ensure that I can get them done in 3 goes. The idea being that if I was to match those 2 that I knew, I would know nothing about the rest of the card. Like in that first instance, I had 2 mushrooms, 2 flowers. Could have matched them, would have only known 2 cards going into the next one. And if I come across another mushroom or another flower, I can't match them because I don't know where they are anymore. So once I know where, say, 3 mushrooms or 3 flowers are, I can match them safely, and then if the next one just happens to be like the 4th mushroom, the 4th star, or whatever that I know already, I can just automatically match it. And it saves me having to try and sort of guess again where it's going to be in later on in the card.
Very nice. I theorized something at that point, and I'm glad to know that even though I can't execute, very super high level play, at least I know the theory.
I mean, that's just something I've been trying out, especially after using the tracker. Like, I used to just memorize all the things, like the order of what was coming up, and at that point I would just match all the previous ones. But since I've started putting the stuff into the tracker in between shots, it's like, well, this makes it easier to potentially get, a 3 cycle card every time. Which I think if you're getting the card in 3 goes, that's usually good enough. Especially in Tourney Flag 2, where you only tend to get like 4 or 5, maybe 6 at the most sort of goes at the card. You don't want to be spending too long or too many tries doing it in the first place, because it becomes very much not worth it if you end up finishing it in 7. So you want to get it done as quick as you can, and the most consistent thing I've seen so far for myself is to get it done in 3 shots doing something like that. So
that's understandable. Well, you will have a match with Mitch in Tourney Flags 2 tomorrow, so you have a chance.
Look forward to that one. If this one was this close, then there's every shot, to be honest. Because, like I was saying, I am not especially happy with my play in a lot of places with that. I played a lot better on average today during practice in the Tourney Flag 2 stuff. So there's definitely a lot of potential for doing better than that tomorrow.
Yeah, I felt like overall, like, you played fairly well. I mean, the few deaths that you had and a couple of parts where you struggled, if you took that away, even without using the same item usage as Mitch, you guys were probably within 15 to 20 seconds. It was pretty close overall, because he even had he had 2 deaths by Boss Bass, and then he also died on the 5F1. So you guys were relatively really close the entire race.
Oh, hey, that's a level I didn't see.
Yeah. He chose to do the fortress, and you chose to do 5-3 instead, which I thought was... I kind of been playing with that strategy myself, where sometimes the fort is way faster, and other times the stage can be faster. So for my last few races, I kind of toy and cost on which one I'm going to go with, because I just go with a gut feeling and going from there. And for him, it looked to be a better idea, but overall, those two stages you guys played were about identical in length.
Right, and 643 was still in play. That one's really long. 342, I think, was still in play at that point. That one can also be kind of long. Trying to think what other ones were. I know 2-fort was done. 441 was done. There's not too many others, I guess, that are super long. 641's pretty long. So there was a kind of 50-50 sort of thing as to whether it was going to be a quick level or not. So yeah, could have gone either way with it. 541's pretty nice though, so yeah, can't argue with that.
Well, I think you put on a good show. We're both looking forward to tomorrow. We're both signed up for your commentary for tomorrow's race as well.
Fantastic.
We wish you both the best of luck. Folks, if you're interested in our Mario 3 randomizer, we do have a Discord. You can check out the bracket standings, join the Discord, talk to us. We love teaching people the new strategies and everything we do there. gamercal is especially helpful. He talks in there all the time. Make sure to give both of racers a follow, both him and Mitch. Like I said, if you don't know gamercal, check him out. He does a lot of speed running, does a lot of randomizers. He's a lot of fun to watch, very entertaining. And of course, as before, if you don't know who mitchflowerpower is, I don't think you've been on Twitch for very long. He's has multiple world records in Mario 3. He's been playing Mario 3 forever. He's currently doing Grand Poo World 2. Go check out both these guys. They're really cool. And if you really are feeling generous, please drop a follow to both me and Great White Hope. We both love doing this. We're part of the community. We love helping out. So we just want to thank everybody for coming out, and we look forward to tomorrow's races. We do have one more race tonight. That will be on Speed Gaming 4. That's going to be Dave Lindo versus Dodge Master Dooley. That will be at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Anything else? You guys got any final words?
I mean, I peaked this afternoon with a 27-minute Tony Bracket 2, so I'm not surprised as went as it did, but it was still good. I'm not mad. You can't be mad with a sub 50, sub 45 even time in Bracket 1. You can't be upset with that. So.
No, like I said, sub 50 on Tony Brackets or Tony Flags 1. That's a really good run.
Yeah. So I think this is probably slightly over the average. I think I've had, just under sub 40. One was 48. That was a really long seed in comparison. I think I did like a 42 was the other one, somewhere around about that. So it's a pretty consistent time set at the very least. So yeah, let's just see how the World Shuffle goes tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we will see you all tomorrow. I believe it should be on the same channel. But you'll check out Speed Gaming, check out their Twitter, check it all out. Everyone will keep you posted on where it is. If, like I said before, join Discord, check it all out, see the randomizer. It's fun. Fred Coughlin made it. Really good guy. From me, myself, Gimp Extreme, and Great White Hope, we want to thank you guys for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, and I would like to thank also everyone from Speed Gaming for hosting up our wacky tournament. You're all wonderful people.
Oh yes.
And it was a pleasure to do commentary with you, Gimp Extreme, and I will chat with you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you all then. I'll actually see you guys tonight.
Yeah, have fun with the extra commentary you got.
Yeah, I'm picking up extra shifts. All right, so long, everybody.